Hello everyone, this is Group 54. Today our group will present historical analysis and future development focused of Huawei's financial and R&D investments. My name is Chen Zhiying. First of all, let me briefly introduce the historical background of Huawei. Founded in 1987, Huawei is a leading global provider of ICT infrastructure and smart terminals. Since 2019, Huawei's core business has been subjected to multiple rounds of U.S. sanctions. In response to geopolitical and supply chain pressures, Huawei launched a technology autonomy strategy and managed to fight back in 2 years. Based on data, this report focuses on revenue, net profit, and R&D investment to quantitatively analyze the effectiveness of Huawei's strategy transformation in the face of technology blockade, and to predict whether it will be able to reshape its global image in the next decade.
This period marks Huawei's most challenging yet transformative years. After Intel's step back in 2020 to 2021, the company revealed active trend towards digital energy, cloud computing, and a strong domestic market position. As seen here, Huawei's operation income declined sharply in 2021 due to sanctions but recovered from 2022 onward. This rebuild was driven by diversification and strategic expansion into emerging technology sectors.
Huawei's net profits peaked in 2021, then dropped dramatically in 2022, only to rebound again by 2024. This volatility reflects transactional challenges, but also the potential of new revenue streams like cloud and infrastructure services. Even in adversity, Huawei consistently invests in R&D, with expenditures rising to over $25 billion by 2024. In 2022, R&D made up over 25% of income, showcasing a long-term commitment to innovation.
I'm Wan Jiayu. I'm going to introduce the short-term forecast. First, we use a regression mode to predict Huawei's short-term financial data, and it's based on these three scenarios. First, we assume Huawei's R&D investment have a consistent growth, and next one is the positive correlation between the net profit and revenue. The last one is the growth in revenue. Next is total revenue prediction. For this picture, we can see the blue line is a prediction line and the black one is the historical data. Huawei's total revenue have a consistent growth in the short term. Next one is net profit prediction. The historical data shows their net profit have a big fluctuation, but the green line, which is the prediction line, shows slightly growth. And last one is R&D investment prediction. Huawei is a technology company, so they always increase their R&D investment. From this picture, we can see the purple one. The purple line is the prediction line, shows great increase of their R&D investment. And next, the presentation will be presented by my group mate.
Hello everyone, today I will briefly introduce Huawei's long-term financial forecast from 2025 to 2040. First, we use a linear regression model combined with key factors such as AI, cloud computing, and intelligent vehicles to make a 50-year projection. Let's look at sales revenue. Driven by 6G, the HAMU's ecosystem, and AI technology, sales are expected to continue to grow, reaching $340 billion by 2040. Second, let's look at net profit. With cost optimization and a higher proportion of high-profit business, net profit will steadily increase and is expected to reach $34 billion by 2040. Third, research and development investment. The company will maintain strong technical investment, and R&D expenses will remain stable at around 20% of revenue in the long run.
The last part is conclusion. Looking ahead, Huawei's development path is clear and firm. In the short term, one is to sprint to $130 billion in terms of revenue. Two is to increase net profit from 7.3% to 9%. And three is to plan R&D investment to be around $25 billion. In the long term, revenue is expected to reach $340 billion. Net profit margin is expected to reach 10%, and R&D investment is expected to be over $60 $68 billion. In terms of specific measures, in summary, in the short term, the Harmony OS and AI technology will be deeply integrated around the smart car and cloud business to respond to international competitors like Tesla. In the long term, the focus will shift to 6G, AI, quantum computing, and others, actively breaking through the technology blockade and exploring emerging markets like Southeast Asia. At the same time, Huawei will maintain an R&D investment intensity of around 20% throughout the entire process, actively engage in technological innovation, flexibly respond to policy changes, and continuously consolidate our global competitive advantages. Thank you all for listening. The above is the full report of the Group 54.